Hello and welcome to another episode of Everything Life. I am Jamie Lynn and I welcome you to today's episode. If you enjoy the content, give it a thumbs up and share it if you know of anybody that likes interesting facts on food. And subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you will be notified of future uploads. So, today's question: are people still eating Spam? Yes, they are. Here it is. And in the 90s, America ate almost 122 million cans of Spam. That is like 3.8 cans per second. So yes, people are still eating Spam. And it has actually become a household staple. So join me today as we investigate the mystery behind Spam, what it is, how to prepare it, its nutrition, and join me until the end of the video to find out the unique way of what my dad used to do with Spam. You don't want to miss it. So let's get started. Spam, it's what's for dinner. You know, there are some people that are afraid of Spam, and they never even given it a chance. It just, meat in a can kind of was like a turnoff for them. But we had it several times a month as a kid. And Spam is a convenient meal. It has a long shelf life of like 2 to 5 years. And it comes pre-cooked. But when you open it, there's like this cover of slime, which we will see when we open this. And I guess it's just called meat slime. So it is pre-cooked. So you can just dump it straight out of the can, scrape off that slime, and take a bite. And it's very versatile. You can fry it, you can put it in pasta, it could go with a red sauce or a white sauce. It could be added to a numerous amount of different casseroles. Let's see, shish kebabs, add some vegetables. You could put it on a sandwich with some mustard and cheese. You could make it a hot sandwich or a cold sandwich. You could even put it on a charcuterie board. Wouldn't that be kind of neat? And you can slice it, chop it, chunk it, whatever way you want to eat your Spam. You can have it for breakfast with eggs. Like I said, you can make it a sandwich for lunch. It is a protein for a well-rounded dinner. And you can have it any day of the week, or you can fancy up your Sunday night dinner or special occasion, or perhaps a holiday at Grandma's. So this is a can of Spam, and it should feed a family of 5, as it did for us when I was a kid. So on the top, there's this little metal key, and you just pop it up and pull it back. And there you have it, a can of Spam. And I'm going to try to maneuver it out of the can. And if you look real close, which it's not as bad as it used to be, the slime is not really as bad as it used to be. So you just pull it out. And today we are going to slice it and we are going to fry it. So join me for dinner. So as you see, we have our Spam. And you just take yourself a knife and you can cut it fairly thin. And it just makes a nice little slice of meat. And you just cut that thin. And of course, you could, like I said, cube it. So we could cube it. And that's how you could put it in your casseroles. It cuts pretty easy. You could just use a butter knife. You wouldn't even need to have a big sharp knife. You know, and Spam was introduced on the market in 1937. And the Oxford Encyclopedia Food and Drink in America states the product was intended to increase the sale of pork shoulders, a cut of meat that did not sell very well. And this little beauty is a processed pork and ham in a can made by Hormel Food Corporation. There are other ingredients if you read on here. It has salt, water, potato starch, and of course it wouldn't be dinner without sodium nitrates. So let's take our meat now and put it in the fry pan. So we have our meat sliced up, and we are going to put it right into the pan. We will do just a couple slices. And I will also put in a few of the little chunks so that you can maybe even fry it up in chunks with some fried potatoes. There you go. So we're going to cook that all together and kind of see what each piece looks like. And as this had gained popularity during World War II, because right around that time, you know, we're looking for easier dinners. And there is an acronym for SPAM. It is a special processed American meat. Doesn't that sound delicious? And that, folks, is what's for dinner. It is high in calories, high in fat, and eating it may be associated with risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, certain types of cancer, and diabetes. Oh, and COPD. So, and of course, the sodium nitrates, a food additive that is just so bad for you. And so we sprinkle it all over our food, and thank you to the FDA for approving yet another lethal injection. As we see Blue Cross and Blue Shield in my bushes, they're just waiting, giving each other a high five. And as soon as I take a bite of that delicious meat, they're cheering one another on, saying, take another bite. Because then they'll be writing me out a script in a few weeks. And then they're going to write me another script to combat the side effects of the first medication. And then they got me hooked. All because, thank you, Hormel, for inventing yet another share to their stock. So, okay, we are on to our cook time. You can hear it sizzling. Ooh, you just slightly turn it. You don't have to really even put any grease. You don't have to put oil. You don't have to put butter. Nothing in the pan. Just use a non-stick fry pan. I would say medium heat. And, ooh, it actually smells really good. You know, I never minded eating Spam. We'd have rice or potatoes or any of those sorts. And it's pretty good. So we're just going to continue to just flip it. It gets browned up a little. And it takes minutes, and it just needs to just warm up through, and then voila, it's served. Dinner is served, and you can add a can of veggies for more toxic chemicals. I love my green beans with a coat of BPA. Yum! So there's your dinner, a well-rounded dinner, but quick. It has protein, it's filling, and you'll be sustained for a while. So let's check and see here. Oh, yeah. That's looking good. And as you can see, it is browning up rather nice. And you don't want to burn it, though, because that's not good. All right, well, we have it done cooking and out here on the plate. So let's taste it. Let's see what it tastes like. If it is actually an edible piece of meat, which it has all of the characteristics of a quick weeknight meal, let's see if the taste is family approved. So I just take one of those little small pieces. Let's see what Spam tastes like and if people are still eating it. Oh, it's got a crunch on the outside, but the inside is soft and it tastes pretty good. You know, it doesn't surprise me because they can take anything and modify it, chemically modify it to make it taste fabulous. And that is exactly what they did with this beautiful can of Spam. So there you have it, folks. This is an all-American dinner. But now for those of you that held on to the end, I want to show you the unique way that my dad, what he would do with Spam. So what he did is, they didn't have these cute little half cans, but I got one of the little half cans. And if you did want the weight, this was 12 ounces and this one is 7. So what I did is I opened up the 7 ounce and get a little paring knife, and he would carve out little animals. And you know, you just kind of cut some legs. You can pick whatever animal that you want. I think I'm going for an elephant, except I totally don't know how I'm going to get the trunk, but I noticed that maybe the way that the back was arched. So if you're still afraid to eat Spam, maybe you could adventure into the art of Spam animals. So there you have it, folks. We either have dinner or we have a creative craft for all occasions. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. In the comment below, tell us your experience about Spam and if you have tried it. And subscribe, hit that notification so that you can see more interesting facts about Americans' food and everything life. Thank you.